Top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10. Zach's top 10.
Number 10, The Fox and the Hound. Not the first movie that made me tear up as a child, but probably the second one. The Fox and the Hound explores the friendship of two animals from different sides of the tracks, who both learn to overcome their differences and get along despite being told otherwise. Much like Gary Bertier and Julius Campbell. With an amazing ensemble of voices such as young Kurt Russell and an even younger Corey Feldman, this animated film still holds up. Lesson to be learned from this movie? Don't be racist. Number 9, Hercules.
Although I prefer Kevin Sorbo,
This Hercules is still pretty solid. The classic tale of Zeus's half god, half man son, as told by Disney, so without all the weird Zeus stuff. Add some fun musical numbers, and let Jimmy Woods be Jimmy Woods. And there you have it, a mythological children's animated adventure that's held up pretty nicely. Lesson to learn from this movie? If you're adopted, find out who your real parents are. Number 8, The Lion King. The first movie that made me cry. He was your brother, Scar. With one of the best soundtracks that Disney has to offer, The Lion King roars in at 8 on the list. Picturesque African landscapes and fun characters make The Lion King a favorite among a lot of kids that grew up in the 90s. My wife has it at number 1, but she's not making the list, is she? If Scar was just another lion that wanted the king dead, maybe I could deal with that. But his own brother? I'll never forgive him. Lesson to learn from this movie? Don't kill your brother, or your nephew might kill you. Number 7, Aladdin. When Aladdin first came out, it truly was a whole new world. I watched this movie over and over again. It was a fun adventure that hooks you from the opening scene. I even remember having the original soundtrack where they kept in the line about cutting noses off. Pretty rad. Sword fighting, magic carpets, talking parrots, and we can't forget one of Robin Williams' most iconic roles as the genie. This one could never be topped by any sequels or remakes, in my opinion. Lesson to be learned in this movie? Never lie to a princess. Number 6, Oliver and Company. What if you took Oliver Twist and turned him into a kitten? And you took the gang of misfits he hung out with and turned them into dogs? And instead of London, what if it was Brooklyn? And what if the Artful Dodger, who's now a mangy mutt, was voiced by none other than New York's finest rock star, Billy Joel? You'd have this masterpiece. Hot take, I prefer the soundtrack over Lion King. Lesson to learn from this movie? Sometimes you find your family in the least likely places. Number 5, Pinocchio. Another one that was watched over and over again. The animation in Pinocchio is some of the best ever. The songs are great, the character building is on point, and what 6-year-old boy didn't want to go to Pleasure Island, jackass or not? Drinking beer, smoking cigars, and throwing bricks. It's basically Vegas. Lesson to learn from this movie? Don't lie. Bless you. Number 4, Robin Hood. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest. Yes, please. Another film with amazing animation. There's something so fun about retelling classic tales with animals as the main characters. This isn't just one of the best Disney movies, it's one of the best movies of the 70s, in my opinion. Lesson to learn from this film? Taxes suck. Don't trust the government. Number 3, Tarzan. Move over, Elton John. Step aside, Billy Joel. Phil Collins is in his house. This movie is good. Not great, it's good. But the soundtrack is the cream of the crop, hands down. Every song is a banger. Wouldn't it have been weird if they made Tarzan like they made other Disney movies, and Tarzan was an ape who grew up as a human in the city and then goes to the zoo for the first time? Anyway, the lessons to be learned in this one is that Phil Collins can bump you up a notch in the ratings. Number 2, 101 Dalmatians. A common theme in the top 5 has been great animation, and Dalmatians is no exception. The landscapes, the characters, the architecture, all just beautiful. Plus, Cruella de Vil is one of the most evil villains Disney has ever seen. She drives recklessly, she smokes cigs, and who even wears dog fur? I'm surprised she didn't just murder Anita and Roger, honestly. Lesson to be learned, get a better security system. Number 1, The Rescuers Down Under. It's not often that a sequel surpasses its original, but The Rescuers Down Under does just that. I'm sure this is a hot take at number 1, but it's my list and this movie kicks ass. It's non-stop action, and I wanted to be just like Cody as a kid, fearlessly running through the outback and saving wounded and trapped animals, telling off poachers, and flying with the eagles. The voice work on this is also incredible, with Bob Newhart, John Candy, and George S. Scott bringing their talents to this film. Lesson to be learned? Fuck poachers. Thanks for watching today's videos. Remember to comment down below on what you want to see top 10. Subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notifications. Let's go. Peace.